Make it fast.
Hello, Abby.
Muggy day. Sky's gloomy, air's all wet. Oh, man. At least let me finish my sentence. Ugh. Cold, cold, cold. Oh.
Is that shrimp? What the hell is this? That's so cursed. Why do they have faces?
All right. I'm famished. We barely had a bite sprinting all the way here from Raguna. Whoa!
Shrimp with
picnic!
faces on a
This is
nail.
a feast and a half.
This is like the most loaded pancake I've ever seen in my life too. It's got like meat with syrup and butter on it. Like, holy moly, that's a heart attack waiting to happen.
Hey, Rover. So, we did bring enough money, right? I mean, we kind of rushed out without grabbing anything.
Oh, that. Don't worry, money's not an issue.
Oh.
Augusta made sure we're covered. All our
Yo,
food and lodging here in
based
Septimon is
based
billed straight
Augusta.
to the F4's palace.
Based Augusta.
But I think the owner might have overdone it a little.
Hmm?
Ha! Better get used to it. You're the champ of the Great Aegon. And you know me. If food's on offer, I'll be a scoffer. Yeah, no leftovers, guaranteed. Free stay, free meal. The Zephyr really knows how to treat guests. Maybe we should, you know.
What the heck? Did you see that? There's a dude. There's a little dude bathing in my cup.
This smells amazing.
Abby, what do you think Imperator wants me to find? If Cardathia's right, the last clues should be somewhere on the Sanguis Plateaus.
Plateaus. Is this a new area we're getting next patch? Angus Plateaus were once the Septimont front line against the Dark Tide. Due to the region's unique landscape, remnant energy gathers here in unusual density, along with the Blight Cloud perpetually looming overhead, formed since the first Dark Tide. During high tide seasons, gladiators from across Septimont arrive here to hunt Dark Tide creations in the name of glory.
We're so close to the finish line. Just one step away. But our pace has slowed.
Relax. We're already back in Septimont.
Look, there he is!
Rush.
There's a dude in my cup! Hey, yo!
I remember Lupa said there's this weird blight cloud hanging over the Sanguis Plateaus. But
Is he's
when the
naked?
high tide, or whatever, rolls around,
I need a
all the
drink.
gladiators go there to hunt tacit discords.
Hey, yo!
Wait, is the high tide coming up soon? The Afra's invite did say something about a big hunt. Huh, that reminds me. Aren't we supposed to meet her today?
A messenger came this morning. Augusta is dealing with an emergency, so our meeting's postponed. Looks like it'll be a while. An unexpected change. It's throwing everything off course. I don't like the feel of it. And why me for this hunt? If it's about the Great Aegon, the messenger said none of the other gladiators were invited.
Oh.
Who knows? Maybe she just wants to test her strength against you. Typical Septimontian, right?
You think so? I've only met her a few times, but I doubt she acts on such simple impulses. And as the F4, can she really thoughtlessly do whatever she wants?
Guessed from afar, you possess eyes as clear as crystal. But What
Oh, it's
troubles
you.
your
I've heard
soul that
about this
eyes
guy.
once bright as the highland sky now darken with rolling clouds? A warrior who walks the blade's edge does not falter over trifles. The clouds, if I may guess, are cast from the throne.
Blind prophet.
At the peak of Capitolini Hill, beneath the pale walls of the Ephes Palace, secrets lie buried. And the most intricate among them are those born from the pursuit of power.
Wait, I wasn't really paying attention. What did he say? Yes, from afar you possess eyes as clear as crystal. But what troubles you so, that eyes once bright as the highland sky now darken with rolling clouds? Okay, so doubt.
Even one as honorable as the Epher must learn when to be ruthless. In Septimont, a city forged in iron and blood, anyone who seeks the throne without knowing the cost is no better than a lamb marching to the butcher's knife.
Here to introduce yourself, brother?
I am Nestor, a traveling poet.
Oh my god. Who are you in history? I've heard that name before. Nestor of Gerania was a legendary king of Pylos. He is a prominent secondary character in Homer's The Iliad and Odyssey, that's right, where he appears as an elderly warrior who frequently offers advice to other characters. The Mycenaean-era palace at Pylos is known as the Palace of Nestor, but there is no evidence he was an actual person. Nestor was the son of King Neleus of Pylos. I was wondering if it was Homer. Yeah, I had a feeling. Because I knew I heard the name before. I just couldn't remember which one it was from. Oh, wait, what? Wait, Nestor was the son of King Neleus of Pylos of Chloris, daughter of King Amphion of Orchomenus. Otherwise, Nestor's mother was called Polymede. His wife was either Eurydice or Anaxibia? Really? Wait, is this a different Eurydice? Because the Eurydice I know is the one from Orpheus. Eurydice, as they call her in French. Their children included Pisistratus, Thrasymedes, Isidice, Polycaste, Perseus, Verticus, Aretus, Esephron, and Antilochus. In later accounts, Nestor had a daughter, Epicaste, who became the mother of Homer by Telemachus. Is that like a self-insert? That's hilarious. Okay. This is interesting because Nestor in Homer's work is a king who also provides advice to people, kind of like this guy's doing. But this guy has his eyes ripped out, bandaged over, which is like a prophet thing. Traveling and he's got red hair. I smell Fraxidus. The last time this happened, it was Cristoforo, who's been screwing with us this entire patch cycle.
The rains in Septimont never seem eager to leave this season. So then, if you are curious about the Ethel,
it was
then allow me to say that nothing
Phineas.
would honor me more
Phineas
than
was
to
the
offer even
blind
a
prophet.
modest service to the champion of the great.
Phineas was the blind prophet. He had a cane because he was blind, and he was the one who was attacked by harpies every day. That's what it reminded me of. I wasn't listening at all. You're curious about the F-word, then allow me to say that nothing would honor me more than to offer even a modest service to the champion of the great Aegon.
Wait, how do you know she's the champion? And all that stuff about the F-word, too? Oh, your eyes. Were we talking too loud?
To see and to hear are but two of the many ways to perceive.
What that symbol
Trusting
is.
the senses is a habit, a natural expedience,
On his little, like,
but
feather
not the
thing.
only option. Truth be told, I've been gathering inspiration for my next epic, and its protagonist is none other than Augusta, the Effa of Septimont.
I don't like how that sounds. That sounds like
That's why I
something
speak of
Cristoforo would
some familiarity.
do.
I have a feeling your tale with her will soon be written.
This sounds like
Knowing more
Cristoforo. I
about
don't
those
like
who work
this.
alongside you is rarely without its benefits.
And tell me about Augusta. Oh, so he's going to tell us about Augusta's past.
Augusta,
Oh wait, that's a sick splash.
a girl of humble birth, a resonator of modest talent, a
A
commoner without
resonator
many
of
patrons.
modest talent.
And yet, from the den of wolves that is Septimont City, she rose and eventually claimed her place, just like the burning sun was once a cloud of dust.
Okay, what's happening? Dear guests from afar, do follow me into the near-forgotten stories of Augusta. Simply telling it might be a bit dull. What are you trying to do? What methods do you have in mind? Trying to do? Perhaps having the listener become the protagonist of such stories might be a good option. It would add a more immersive touch to the sounds and images you've yet to hear. Alright, there's no choice. At this moment, you are Augusta. So relive her past, face the same choices she once made. Thus, please forget your name for now. Be role-playing? Of course! Augusta's story is already written. No matter what choices you make, they will not alter our reality. Yet be wary. Fate is fickle, and a misstep can lead to a swift end. Weigh your choices carefully. Eyes are bleeding here. Wait a second, I don't like that. That looks like Dark Tide BS. Our past decisions may not have always been the best, I understand. Well then, let the story begin. Set aside the complex thoughts and let me sing the epic of a young girl. Oh. A gentle, warm light begins to blur your vision. Slowly close your eyes. When it clears, a small, frightened girl clutching a sword stands amidst the ruins. A group of solemn Septimontian gladiators stands guard around. Hey kid, are you alone? Don't be afraid. We know what the Dark Tide did to your home. Here to help. Timidly observe the man in front of you. Boldly observe the man in front of you. Different choices will change the corresponding that value. You must be hungry. Here, this should keep you from starving for now. Take the food offered by the gladiator. We can take you to Septimont City. It's not safe here. We don't know when the next disaster will break. Staring at these ruins won't change anything. Even if you rebuild these walls 1,000 times, they'll never hold against the Dark Tide. You don't have the strength to stop it. Bring your sword and come with us. Let go of your sword, grip your sword with determination. The gladiators shake their head and pat your shoulder. Remember to maintain a stat balance. The story ends if a stat drops to 0. Story chapter is complete once the corresponding goals are. In the end, you chose to leave the village. The gladiators' words revealed a bitter truth. You lack the strength to protect the home you are leaving behind. In your travels, you engage with the gladiators. Stay quiet. Engage. Gladiators? Oh, it tells you which stat you're upgrading. Following the gladiators, you arrive in the city of Septimont by ship. By ship? Wave them goodbye after arriving at the central square. Meanwhile, you notice the square is crowded with citizens. Poster for the Gladiators Aegon is pinned to a wooden board. The air is filled with heated chatter about the upcoming match. Gathering people push you towards the crowd. Draw closer to them. You must know, Septimont reveres strength. Here only the victor reigns. That is a law older than the city itself. You notice the disdain in the eyes of this Septimontian. You notice the passion-filled eyes of this Septimont. Eat or be eaten. Such is the way of this city. To survive, you'll have to bite your teeth and seize the crown with your own teeth. Oh, you'll have to find your bite and seize the crown with your own teeth. Can't stop thinking about their conversation. You realize that gladiators are the very symbol of strength in Septimont. If there's a way to dominate the arena, maybe you'll find the strength you were looking for. Tear down the poster and walk away from the crowd. Oh, what? Oh, I decreased that stat. As you leave, you notice that 3 words stand out in the incessant chatter: identity, status, and talent. They seem to be an essential part of gladiating. There are always those commoners who view the Aegon as mere boring displays of butchery, but we're hardly entertained by the sight of rats shrieking in the dirt. What we crave is true magnificence, a warrior who can make roses bloom from blood. Want to have a little bet on how many mangy rats are going to try for the Aegon this year? Them and their stench be stinking up the place. You're slightly concerned about your status and talents. You are determined to step onto the arena. The rules demand a mentor at your back, someone to keep death from claiming you on the first day, perhaps even teach you to see the fight through to the end. After hitting several dead ends, you eventually come across Kato. Kato is a retired gladiator star, but takes on a few proteges. Kato the Elder? Kato the Elder. Okay, I am remembering that right. Let's see. Marcus Porcius Cato, also known as Cato the Elder, and the Wise, was a Roman soldier, senator, and historian known for his conservatism and opposition to Hellenization, so the influence of the Greeks. He was the first to write history in Latin with his Origines, now a fragmentary work on the history of Rome. His work, De Agricultura, a treatise on agriculture, rituals, and recipes, is the oldest extant prose written in the Latin language. Okay. The epithet Elder distinguishes him from his great-grandson, Senator Cato the Younger, who opposed Julius Caesar. Oh, he also came from an ancient plebeian family who were noted for their military service. Like his forefathers, Cato was devoted to agriculture, but not serving the military. Having attracted the attention of Lucius Valerius Flaccus, he was brought to Rome. He was successively military tribune in 214, quaestor in 204, aedile in 199, praetor in 198, consul in 195 together with Flaccus, and censor in 180. Praetor, he expelled Shures from Sardinia. As censor, he tried to save Rome's ancestral customs and combat Hellenistic. Is this... I'm wondering if this is the guy that like gave up his position to go back to farming. I think he's credited as being generally one of the best rulers of Rome. So you want to join the Aegon, you say? Why don't you start by telling me a little about yourself? You recall the discussion about gladiators, identity, status, and talents. People in the city of Septimont seem to value these more than anything. You choose to lie about your past, speak honestly about your past. Dark tide took your home, so you came to Septimont seeking strength. Is that so? You've got some metal, but that's not going to cut it here. Continue. Go home. People like you always show up with nothing but fancy dreams, only to see them crushed and trampled. I've seen enough of idiots like you. Stay silent, try to argue. What now? Still here, are you? You think your stubbornness will change my mind? Pathetic. Tighten your grip on the sword, look Kato straight in the eye. Alright then, let's have a duel. Land one strike and you win. If you manage that, I'll teach you how to be a true gladiator. This duel here is your entrance trial. Accept the duel without hesitation. Blades meet in a sharp clash. Kato moves with ease, you are quickly defeated. Strengthless, you realize how weak you are. This is why I want to become a gladiator. You really know who you're fighting against. And you really best me. You can't. Now, how do you plan to end this? Challenge him again the next day. Back for round 2, are we? Country rats like you-ish. You are as pestering as the city folk say you are, huh? Back. Just like last time, you aren't much of a challenge for Kato. You are swiftly beaten once again. Go back. Not your path. Continue this challenge on the 3rd day. Too slow, too weak. Your foolish swings only bring smiles to your enemies. Then I'll be stronger. I'll be faster. That's your best. How naive. Well, I guess a rat that lives in the dark is never meant for the sun. Checkmate. Lost. I think faster was actually the right choice because she's, lightning, electro. Challenge him again on the 4th day. Still not ready to give up. Why don't you sell your sword? It'll get you some food at least. Challenge on the 5th day. Stand before Kato again, dragging your exhausted body nearly at your limit. I can still fight. The wind swept up by the blade whispers the past, and you're suddenly home. Soft sunlight cascades on great oak's leaves. Hear your friend's laughter, your parents' gentle call. But in the very next breath, a bone-deep chill engulfs you. That touch, you know it all too well. Thoughts race across your mind and your hand instinctively grip the sword hilt. Can't stop here. You seize the opening and land a hit on Kato. Kato hands you his sword and turns to leave. Catch Kato's sword, it's rather heavy. In Septimon's arena, the victor claims the weapon of the defeated, symbol of conquest. Sword is yours. Victor. If you are determined to bite off that crown, do not fall before you get there. Augusta. That's your name, isn't it? Odd. The moment you step into the arena, you will lose this name. Spectators may brand you with a number, a symbol, or even the name of some wild beast. I am prepared. Only the last one standing has the right to reclaim their true name. And then, all will be chanting your name, Augusta. You'll have to conquer their hearts and win their applause, even without identity, status, and talent. Tell me, will I see you that day? Alright, I gotta go eat, enjoy the rest of the story. I'll leave stream on though while AFK. Yeah, I appreciate it. Have a good dinner, man. Thanks for tuning in, enjoying Pokemon with me. I will make them know my true name. Training starts tomorrow. 6 sharp. Right here. Epic of the Blazing Sun Chapter 1. Those games are bonkers? True. I feel like, honestly, I feel like at this point this is an HSR reference. Like, come on. That is a great... Is that not a crazy right after Finon comes out? New arrival in the big city. HSR reference in my woo.
Fail enough times, and you might eventually succeed. Should we call it resilience? or mere stubbornness, or perhaps for a girl who has lost everything, there was never a second option. She had no one to trust but herself, and naught but a blade to hold. And yet, as the first stanza of an epic, this is nothing extraordinary. Since the lament, across the scorched lands of Solaris, I've heard this story repeat itself, again and again.
It was a story
Greatness.
collector? Hmm.
Yes, our era has
Stories
certainly
across.
seen it. But true greatness is never found on the first page of a story. Courage, glory, and honor. Such immortal virtues have been etched in tablet and stone. They are never forged overnight. Light as a thread, elusive as the wind, they weave themselves into every twist of fate, tangling with every insignificant choice we make.
I don't know. It's just unbelievable. The Augusta he's talking about, and the F where we saw in the arena. No way they're the same person.
A girl far from home, arriving in the city upon Capitolini Hill in pursuit of strength. No title, no status, no wealth.
Are we sitting or
I doubt
standing?
anyone
What's
at
going
the
on
time
here?
could have imagined her rising to where she is now.
Oh my god, the dude's still in the cup.
Do you mean Cato? Do you believe Cato handed her that final victory on purpose? And that his scathing words were a test of her resolve?
Maybe he had long grown tired of that corrupt system.
Then Cato must have been an idealist, to place his faith in a girl with nothing to her name. Now, why don't we keep this question in mind and see where the story leads us?
Don't mind me. Are you ready to listen to the Epic of the Blazing Sun? Dawn breaks with a pale glow. A month has already passed under Cato's training. The grind continues. Hey, grind set. A little wish. I'll go later. Stick to the training schedule. You arrive at the training site, repeating the same moves over and over again. Begun to wear on your patience. You notice some gladiators training in moves you've never seen before. You decide to stay focused and keep on your own training. I love fundamentals in training and martial arts, so we're going to keep focused. You reflect on your training. It was always you alone, facing the wooden post, patching yourself up over and over. Endure and push through. Days slip by and the gladiator's Aegon draws near. Today, Cato will give you one final lesson. I've done all I can to prepare you. Now you're on your own. Training ends today. Here's my final task for you. Why do you want to become a gladiator? What pulls you through all this training? You already know the answer. Never forgotten. Your ideal has never faltered since you left home. Be strong enough to protect others. You meet Cato's gaze and he reads the answer and offer Cato your thanks. In the meantime, a flicker of desire crosses your eyes. You recall Cato's words from when this all started. By then, all will be chanting your name, Augusta. You have to conquer their hearts and win their applause, even without identity, status, and talents. Tell me, will I see that day? I will make it happen. You're aware that sponsors for the Gladiators Aegon are mostly nobles and wealthy merchants, figures beyond your reach, except perhaps in the underground arena. These are all top-of-the-line merchandise I got here. Here to have a look. Like products on display, you and a few other gladiators stand in the middle of the underground arena, scrutinized by nobles and wealthy merchants in the stands. One by one, those beside you are chosen and escorted away. Volunteer yourself? I guess it's the same thing either way. Audience casts their eyes in your direction. However, all you receive is constant laughter in return. Glimpses of the nobles' lavish lifestyle flicker through your... Visions of your home's ruin flash within your mind. Ah, that was a bad choice. These laughs, so they really did have a hand in that disaster. The rotten high places also played a part in your home's ruin. The dark tide alone did not destroy your home. When the dark tide struck, those with power and wealth continued their life of indulgence and luxury. The might of the gladiators existed only to serve their desires. Silently, you swear to shatter these rules. Well, well, a village girl with such unremarkable forte, dreaming of power and strength. I can't remember the last time Septimont had a joke this amusing. Try, and you'll see. What can you offer? Prancing around like a circus clown and scrambling for your life so we can all have a good laugh. Or do you think playing innocent will win you favor? Don't underestimate. Anyone interested in this one? After all, watching the weak struggle is always a fine source of entertainment. There is small anticipation that someone will pick you. Give the nobles a chilling stare as they talk in whispers. Entertainment, you say? In Septimont, strength defines worth. We shouldn't be so quick to judge a gladiator who offers herself. You turn towards the voice. With heavy steps, a well-dressed old-school noble walks down from the stance towards you. He smells of rotten stench. It's unlike the smell of rats, as the Septimontians put it, but a foul odor of power and wealth. You frown at the old school. I engage only in profitable ventures. To stand in the arena, you must prove your worth. I have 3 trials for you. 5 them, and we may speak further, brave young lady. Oh, this is going by quick. You accept the noble's trials. Though trials is too fine a word for something intended only to break you. Trial grounds. 100 willpower. 50 reputation. Oh, so this goal is interesting. Outside the walls of Septimont City lies a wasteland plagued by the dark tide, your homeland. Now different from the home you remember. Returning home, you can't help but feel sentimental. They say a ferocious lion beast corrupted by the dark tide prowls deep within a cave. No common blade can cut through its skin. Wait, is this the Nemean lion? Your first trial is to slay that beast. The noble, however, decides to strip you of all equipment but a dull sword. A dull sword is more than enough. I have no choice but to accept. The mountain trail winds like a serpent. Among the charred tree stumps, dozens of bleached skeletons lie scattered. You suspect you're getting close as you continue forward against the unpleasant smell. First rays of sunlight split the clouds. The cave reveals itself, breathing deep, breathing death. Before you get a clear picture of the cave, a crushing force is down upon you. Better break free. Shh, get down! Trying to get yourself killed. Hold your breath or you're alerted. As he says. You turn around and see a hunter. Just then a massive beast roars and walks past where you are hiding. Head down. No, that was bad. After the lion beast has left, you apologize to the hunter. It was thanks to him the beast did not notice you. Going by those clothes, you're a Septimontian gladiator, eh? And he used to be just like you. Lost a big match, got tossed out by the nobles, and ended up like this. We're nothing but their playthings. Skills honed for battle are now merely tools for survival. Septimont has abandoned the strength it desperately needs. You pity such a reality. Oops. Only a madman would go after that lion. I have my reason. His words are rough, but eventually he tells you everything he knows. You bid the hunter farewell and make preparations for the hunt. To gain more knowledge of your prey, you choose to silently observe the lion beast in the following days. After a few days, you've managed to grasp an overall behavior pattern of the lion. Thus, you march towards the deep cave. Deep within the cave's dark embrace, you tread slowly. Then a sudden dread freezes your steps. Between the flickering torch flames, a monstrous shape appears. Lion beast. Fire from the nether dances amid golden mane, while claws like scythes tear wound earth. Maintain your distance, swing your sword. As expected, your sword fails you, ineffective against the lion. Before you can take a breath, the lion's thunderous roar storms you again. You decide to quickly analyze the cave's environment, dodge its attack, and search for a weak point. Just before the lion pounces at you, you slash with all your strength at the stalactite above. Crashes down onto the lion's gaping jaws. Not over yet. Fearless Trailbearer. You land on his neck. It lunges to seize you, but your swift dodges force its claws into a deadly knot around its throat. Finger chance, you give a final pull, and the beast strangles itself in a frantic struggle. Finally, trial has ended. You drag your exhausted body toward the stream. Clear water cascades down into the mountain valley, and the dense forest slumbers quietly in nature's cradle. Rinse your blood-stained hands in the water. The clear stream slowly turns red. Birds scatter and the fish vanish. You sense the forest unease at your presence. Are they afraid of my power? Are they afraid of me? The critter's panic plunges you into reflection. The first time you realize that power can instill fear. With no time to rest, you approach the nobleman again. He imposes the second trial upon you. Oh, it's like the Hercules' trials. Killing a mad beast is hardly an achievement. I'm sure you're aware, girl, that all warriors of Septimont have 2 lives. Cato seemed to mention this before. One by their parents, and the other by their sword. They consider the sword in a gladiator's hand as their life in the arena. For your second trial, bring me 100 lives. Yes, prove to me you are worthy of standing in the arena. Calmly accept. You get the admission pass for the Aegon. You start the second trial. Day after day, you fight gladiators of Septimont. Your reputation grows, so do the spectators. They don't care who you are, but only want to see when you will fail. Look at that girl again. Didn't think she would get as many wins as she did. Look at the size of her. I wish she ever carried those. Oh my god. What is made of? It's made of the 100 swords she got from this trial. Focus on your opponent before you. You have grown used to this kind of noise. The deafening cheers numb your fatigue. Your sword now rests against your opponent's throat. Bear the opponent and wait for the next challenger. One by one, the gladiators you've challenged grow in numbers. Those you've defeated kneel before you, offering their swords, symbolizing their honor with both hands. Literally plant the opponent's swords in the ground, raise the opponent's sword. Even in Septimont, there's a limit to opponents that prove a challenge to you. Eventually, you will need to seek out tougher challengers. You've targeted Victor, frequent champion of the Aegon from one of the noble houses. Do you have any idea who Victor's father is? His lordship is the largest sponsor of the Aegon. Power, wealth, those aren't things brute strength can rival. Victor is the best mentor, the finest weapon. Oh, so what? The house behind Victor comes to you with an offer. A perfect job and a substantial fortune if you walk away from the duel. Rip the contract. You reject the bribe without a second thought. Humiliated, the noble servant spits curses in your face. Bond calmly. Ignorant country peasant, you know what it means to refuse a noble? You shall suffer for your arrogance. When the time comes, don't expect any pity. You won't be getting it. With the servant. Scion silences the rambling servant and tears up the contract. Let's go. There's no point in talking sense into an ignorant fool. Again, I'd appreciate it if you don't waste too much of my time in the arena. They throw a bag of credits as a way to humiliate you, following it up with sarcasm and mocking gestures. They attempt to overwhelm you with their pride. Feel nothing. The day arrives, Victor accepts your challenge with his honor of nobility as the stake. You remember well the haughty look he wore but a few days prior. But the noble wields only words, not swords. Victor knows nothing about swordsmanship. You easily defeat the weak, incompetent scion and casually lift his petty helmet with the tip of your sword. Approach the noble's seat. I have won, and I have achieved it without wasting your time. You see, your gilded lies shattered before your real strength. Toss the helmet back to Victor. The crowd erupts in cheers and applause. The nobles, unable to deny your triumph, lower their heads. You return to your lodging, to count your trophies. 99 swords, 99 opponents defeated. Now only one life is left to claim. Most gladiators have long feared your reputation and dare not challenge you. 1. Aridel, the rising star of the underground arena. Unlike you, he was born with a powerful forte. He is undoubtedly the king of the arena. Sword tempered by countless sharp battles is no less sharp. Balance no longer mattered to me. Amidst the endless chanting of the name Aridel, you arrive as promised. Even the old-school noble is present this time. Your opponent's towering physique dwarfs yours, and his crushing presence brings to mind the fearsome lion beast. After several exchanges, you notice something unusual. The floor is too slippery to gain a foothold, and Aridel's armor is unusually heavy. You're all too familiar with the noble's despicable tricks. Keep calm. You then shift your pace, luring Aridel into the very trap meant for you. After a few more rounds, his steps grow loose, reactions sluggish. Seize the opportunity. Sword stops just before the neck of Septimon's strongest gladiator. The entire arena falls silent, and almost immediately the crowd erupts into applause. Stab! 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 What? Kill! 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 Now. Here? Aridel closes his eyes and accepts his fate. Victory is already mine. In front of everyone's watchful eye, only take Aridel's sword. He then bowed towards the audience before turning to leave. So the people gaze, listen. Live, live, live. Leave the cheers behind you. The next day, you arrive before the old school nobles with 100 lives. Aridel is merely made of Septimontian flesh. Above him stands a far greater force. I'm ready for the third trial. Your third trial is to earn the blessing of Arsinosa. Never planned to let me pass the trial. I know Arsinosa. It has never tasted defeat. People say it's a peak no human can ever reach, the last wall of Septimont. But I accept. This insurmountable challenge that stirs the thirst for victory in your blood. You accept the third trial to confront the guardian of Septimont, Arsinosa. Impossible trial. You're ready to listen to the epic of the blazing sun. On the eve of the trial, you return to the training grounds once again. While you wait for Cato, you find yourself standing before the familiar wooden post. It has been your most enduring companion in your pursuit of strength. Look it gently. Well, not particularly an easy path, is it? Tell me, what did you learn from this path? Strength can be destructive. Strength means conquest, such as humanity's oldest rule, Augusta. I'll be there for your last trial. I will call your name for all to hear. Thank you. Back in your room, you stare blankly at your stacked collection of swords. These trophies symbolize strength and conquest, but how will you show them to the world? Once heard the tale of a legendary gladiator, warrior who would always fuse their opponent's swords with their own after victory. Now you decide to tread the same path and stand before the smithy. You wish to demonstrate your strength, yet now you still seek to do this with power not of your own. Watching the blacksmith's hammer rise and fall, a seemingly impractical idea emerges. In the end, you use your forte to fuse all the swords into one. Your forte never stands out among resonators, but its seemingly insignificant power is enough to be stronger than the forge fire and hammer swings. The day of the final trial has finally arrived. Walk to the arena center with your newly forged sword. Bronze horns blare from atop the 12 stone pillars. All eyes are on you. Everyone is eager to witness how a human will rival the strength of Arsinosa. Survey your surroundings. Suddenly, a rumbling roar cut through the noise of the crowd. Nobles' banners flutter and fall. Also, shadow swallows the sunlight around you. Arsinosa appears. "It's awake!" Noble shrieked. Arsinosa stands silently opposite you. Slowly, its eyes open, coldly watching you. With a sudden sweep of her tail, the lioness shatters the stone pillar. You roll aside, barely dodging the flying debris. Chill seeps through the tear in your cloth of your left shoulder. Take the initiative. Screams from the crowd from the stands are soon drowned by the lioness's roar. A wave of sound and dust rips past your ears. You can taste the blood on your lips and tongue. Ignore the pain and tend to the wound later. Her second attack comes without warning. You barely have time to react before your sword rises to meet her descending paws. All your encounters from your previous battle. You managed to withstand Arsinosa's fierce attack. Oh my god, what the heck? And at the moment it withdraws, seize the opportunity to thrust your blade into the ancient crack in its right foreleg. Golden blood spills the arena. Arsinosa ceases her attack, her mane brushing against your blood-stained face before she lowers her head. The arena shakes with applause. You hear the crowd chant your name in awe. The voices, they are: "O wise and noble Arsinosa, the mighty guardian of Septimont, bestow upon her the crown of courage and strength." The cries... Oh, nice. The cries of triumph resonate with the earth. We see the fire of humanity blaze across Septimont. Wave after wave of applause, the Septimontians salute me as I advance. O sun and moon, witness this extraordinary feat. Witness her epic dedication to Septimont. As the platform rises, you realize that by earning Arsinosa's blessing, you have been granted a privilege. You are crowned the champion without the great Aegon. Nevertheless, you have already conquered countless gladiators with your strength. Under everyone's gaze, glory now bows at your feet. At last, you stand atop the summit, the champion. Only now, with battle fire cooled in your veins, do your wounds raise their voices in protest. And young Augusta, the giant sword in Arsinosa's blessing. What a cool art style for this that they chose. You've shattered the decaying order with strength, and through strength you shall reshape new rules. Oops. Actually, yet you should these new rules, forged by might, lose their foundations, will they not fall? A cold whisper of unease coils in your chest. Well then, no time for pointless pondering now. This day forward, your sword, your honor, your 2 lives shall serve Septimont.
Merely the rough shape of a short epic. This is all I can offer about the Ephor. Now, as a listener, what do you make of my narration?
Still don't know her.
In this, you are right. Poetry can only offer a glimpse of the true story. The reality of people, events, and things slips beyond the grasp of words. I do not belong in the pages of the epic. so I remain confined to the observer's gaze. I can imagine events and emotions unfold, but I cannot truly recreate them. Here's some advice for you, though I hesitate to call it such. If you want the truth of a story, step into it. Become part of it. The opportunity stands before you now.
I don't like
As
this guy.
I've said, the tale between you and Augusta, the hero of Septimont, is only now turning its next page.
You seem to know exactly what I'm about to do.
It's not difficult to see. Fate flows like the stars, tracing their course. Your destination is written in the steps you take.
Got tattoos on his arms too. Maybe it's tattoos on his arm.
The rain is passing. I hear it ceasing its symphony upon the earth. It is time for farewells. Before I leave, may I ask you one last question? What is it that has lifted Augusta to the seat of power? What is it that makes a ruler?
Well, I'd say strength. Let's be real. There's no way Augusta could have passed those trials without strength. Rover, what do you think?
It was strength and conquest. It was her unyielding resolve. It was born from the hardship of the past. Resolve.
You needn't rush to answer now. Keep it in mind as you continue your journey. When the final chapter is written, the answer will reveal itself. Farewell, my friend. Our paths crossed by fate and by chance. Soon,
Yeah, sure.
after this brief encounter, everything about me will be gone with the wind.
Oh, okay.
But you, your epic continues.
No, that's the Fraxis logo, right? That is 100. This guy is an overseer. This guy has to be involved with the Fraxis. Hold on. No, this guy is Fraxis. Look at this logo. It's literally just a frac. This pin. This is the Fraxis logo. It's the Fraxis emblem, but instead of wave bands, instead of the pointy wave bands, it's got these like markings here. These like square markings. No, this guy is Fraxis, 100%. Hmm? Oh, who are you? Previous day.
Your Excellency, you have indulged her too much. As the priestess, Yuno is far too unruly in both action and word. It's a disgrace to her title.
Indeed. She entered the palace unannounced, uninvited, and with no decorum. A blatant affront to the authority of the palace.
Same as always. Senators, all she crossed was a doorway. One too insignificant to carry the weight of our authority, or defend anyone's fragile pride. Let us not forget, it is not the walls of Capitolini Hill that command fear. It is my will, my sword, and our relentless conquest. I know your fear. You fear a priestess's voice drowning yours, and a rebel challenging the Senate's rules. But listen well. Power does not bow to sycophants, cowering behind their traditions. If you seek power, then step from the shadows. Face me, and prove yourself worthy.
Hello. Oh, hello.
Took you long enough, Augusta.
Handling the senators takes time. You know that. Well, to keep our esteemed priestess from waiting, maybe next time I'll just leave them
That was
to
a little-
their own devices.
I like that little playful inflection in her voice. Look, she's smiling too.
I'll make sure they record every detail of your feat and relay it word for word to
Feat.
Grandmother Lilibet.
Current head priestess of
Priestess Iuno. Unruly behavior left Tetragon Temple without permission and trespassed into the Ephor's palace. I wonder, who will lose it first? Lilibet or you?
Let those old foxes report me all they want. If they step into the tetragon left foot first, I'll shoot the left. Right foot first, I'll shoot the right.
Hey, I'm with you on that one. The Senate should be reminded now and then that the Tetragon's kindness is not a reason to take Priestess Yuno lightly. Why didn't you wait
Oh, what a
there?
good scene.
I had everything handled. We depart for the hunting ground tonight. If anything changed, you could have reached me by my terminal. You didn't need to come all the way here. I want you free of duty until that day arrives.
You're overthinking it, Augusta. I'm here to see that person. Grandmother Lilibet said her fate is one of unknowable void. Sounds intriguing enough to make time for.
So that's it? Too bad. The ship from Laguna won't dock until tomorrow morning, and we'll be gone by then.
Gone.
Ugh, what a hassle.
Patience, you know. The warrior has accepted the invitation. So, you'll have plenty of time to meet during the hunt.
Oh, they're leaving to prepare for the hunt.
Is there something else you want to say?
I read Grandma Lilibet's book of prophecies. The hunt and our plan, neither end well.
Roll Lilibet carries, recording visions glimpsed in the flame light. Both this book and the murals within the Tetragon Temple are media through which Priestess of Septimont convey prophecies to the people.
Are you sure we should go through with this?
Risk does not trouble me. Peril simply requires greater strength. But really, when did you start caring about the temple's traditions?
This is great. This just humanizes Augusta so much from what we saw before.
O ye faithless of Septimont, the divinity is enraged. Should your ruler defy their will again, doom shall be your fate. Lately, I've been hearing murmurs from the nobles again, about the ancient prophecy from Raguna.
I will admit, those words once carried weight. But when our ancestors crossed the waters and climbed these hills, Raguna's divinity didn't get a seat on the ship. And the priestesses all said the prophecy was incomplete. Only the hero of heroes, wielding extraordinary power, risen from the dark tides, shall bring eternity to Septimont. Then shall the waters quiet, the tempest still, and glory return with the blood of the old king.
Legendary ruler of Septimont. The legend traces an ancient prophecy that only the one who becomes the hero of heroes can save Septimont from ruin.
Do not forget, this is the other half of the prophecy. Fabius, Attilius, Valeria, one after another, these heroes have saved Septimont from the brink of ruin. As long as a hero stands, no disaster can break this eternal city.
What if this time is different? What if ruin is our fate?
Then I will sever that fate with my blade.
I'm really curious if Yuno actually dies in the next patch. I mean, I don't think she will, but like, there's a lot of flags.
What's so amusing?
So, the fearless priestess Yuno can be frightened after all. But it's fine. If you're afraid, don't push yourself. I can handle this alone. Most revered priestess, wait for me in the temple. I shall return victorious.
Frightened. Me? If anything, it's you, trying to shut me out and face it alone. Fine. Go ahead. You'll come back to me sooner or later.
So cute. They're like an old married couple. This is great.
That I can't deny.
Oh, let's go.
I knew it. So you do need me for this hunt.
Thank you. You know.
Why are you saying this?
The storm is coming. Come. You know my
Storm
friend.
is approaching.
The best way to greet a storm is to walk straight into it.
Holy moly, that was good. Wait, I really like that. I really like that because how much longer is this banner? 2 weeks? Less than. Okay. Less than 2 weeks until 0.6 drops, which means yeah, that's a great way to fill in like the second half of the patch. Because people have now had time to breathe since the Furlova's story. And yeah, I think that's a good way to fill it in.
Make it fast.
I'm excited for 2.6. I'm a little bit worried that they're rushing it, and that it'll be hard to wrap everything up. What I'd like to see is like an Avengers level kind of like event where like you've got everyone coming in. You got everyone coming in and, you know, taking part in the final battle against the Dark Tide. Since they are teasing the finale. But yeah, no, that was good.